Anyway, okay, so where we going? Okay, so let's get into the Grammys because there seems to be a lot of backlash going on post Grammys. There's a lot of people out here that's pissed off. You know, we got a story about Beyonce and everything, but first, let's get into this Taylor Swift stuff. So apparently, y'all already know, or may not, because I don't know if y'all were really paying attention as much as I have. But that's what I'm here for, to give you the tea, that people are pretty much upset that Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish walked away with nothing last night. I mean, not last night, on Sunday night, because today's Tuesday. Um, Sunday night at the Grammys. They even was saying something or another that Billie Eilish was crying because Beyonce won Album of the Year and she didn't get it. But people were also saying that they don't agree, that what they think is going on with her was the fact that she, like Lady Gaga, were just overwhelmed with emotion and was excited because they saw Beyonce have her moment. So now, but that ain't stopping the fans from going in and with their own theories. So fans of Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish have taken to social media to declare their favorite artists were respectively robbed at the 2025 Grammys on Sunday. Now, both are no strangers to Grammy Gold, with the Tortured Poets Department hitmaker having a career total of 14 wins with 58 nominations, while Eilish has 9 wins and 31 nominations. So the Grammys 2025, as you know, was a big night for queer music. Chappella Rowana, as I like to call Chaperone sometimes, won Best New Artist of the night, and we delivered a legendary performance of Pink Pony Club. And of course, I loved her speech because we talked about it yesterday. I did a full Grammy breakdown. If y'all have not seen it, I posted it as a separate video, and then there's the whole episode. If y'all want to check them both out, it's on the channel. And then we had Lady Gaga, who came out and spoke out in support of the trans community in her acceptance speech when she won for Best Duo or Group with, for Die With a Smile with Bruno Mars. And then Beyonce also made history after she became the first Black woman to win Best Country Album at the awards, and was also honored with the Album of the Year award for the first time for her work on Cowboy Carter. And we're going to get into, right after this, we're going to break down the whole thing about how the clear folks was pretty much pissed off. They don't want to call them conservatives, clear folks. They was mad, big mad, that she won Best Country Album, because apparently they're the litmus test of what is considered country. And I've seen a lot of y'all on social media making little comments too. But that's why I said, that's why I got a show. I can say what I want to say on here. So now they said Eilish didn't win a single one of her seven Grammy nominations, while Swift succumbed to a similar fate after missing out on each of her 6 Grammy nods. Fans have spoken out in support of the artist online, taking to Twitter to air their thoughts, saying, quote, one said, "You're supposed to make me believe that this wasn't a good enough song to win at least one Grammy." One fan wrote beneath a live video of Eilish performing her hit, Me Hard and Soft track, The Greatest. Billie Eilish got robbed, I fear. Wait, what? It says, has is a top tier. Oh, Hit Me Hard and Soft. I was like, why did it take me a long time to realize that? So they literally abbreviated the name of the album. They didn't want to write the whole thing out. So they said, Hit Me Hard and Soft is a top tier album. It is a top tier album. However, it's a little too slow for my taste. But then again, that is Billie Eilish, so that's expected. Another person said a Grammy night with 0 wins for Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift feels like a different world. Another person said the Grammys told Billie and Taylor, did Billie and Taylor so dirty. Not even an ounce of recognition. They both truly have phenomenal albums and nothing. Seeing Billie cry absolutely broke my heart in Taylor's face, wrote a third. Eilish lost out on Grammy Awards this year after being nominated in 7 categories. It says the What Was I Made For singer was nominated for Best Dance Pop Recording for L'amour de ma vie. The Over Now Extended Edit, Best Pop Vocal Album for Hit Me Hard and Soft, Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for Guess, Best Pop Solo Performance, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year for Birds of a Feather, and Album of the Year for Hit Me Hard and Soft. Now, it should be. I should remind you guys that she does already have a slew of Grammy Awards. She's won Record of the Year twice, Song of the Year twice, alongside her brother Phineas, and Album of the Year once. The Cruel Summer Hitmaker was nominated for Best Music Video, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year for Fortnite. Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for Us with Gracie Abrams. Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year for the Torture Poets Department. Well, here's the thing. I know a lot of people, the fans, love the Torture Poets Department. However, I've always heard, based off of, remember back when reading the critic reviews and this and things of that nature, a lot of people outside of the Swiftie bubble did not particularly care for this album. They felt like it was uneven. And that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't win. I liked I'm not a Swiftie, so I don't necessarily know. I can't measure off of that. I'm just going by what the people saying. Now, regards of Billie Eilish, it was a cute album, and she's definitely a great live performer. I told you I worked her Hit Me Hard and Soul. I worked her tour. I'm trying to remember if that Hit Me Hard and Soul was the name of the tour. Or it probably wasn't. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a lot of tours I've worked, so I can't remember all of them. But I did work her tour. It was a great show. And she's definitely a force to be reckoned with. She has amazing stage presence and she can sing. But people have to realize that the Grammys is voted on by their peers. And I don't know the reason why they didn't win. Maybe this was a backlash of the peers saying, okay, Taylor always wins. We sick and tired of her winning. And I do feel like when it comes down, and I'll reiterate this when I talk about Beyonce, a lot of people out here feeling, I'm thinking like, you know what, maybe with the timing, it might be some truth to it. After Jay-Z went on his little rant last year when he was accepting his award and decided to call out the Academy, the Grammy Academy, for continuously overlooking Beyonce for AOTY. It seemed like maybe he spooked them into voting for her this year. So regardless of how you feel about Cowboy Carter and the politics behind all of that, don't even get me started because Sabby Sabs, shout out to her, she did a full breakdown on the Milli Vanilli scandal that went on back in the day and how the lip syncing and how one of the people that worked with them on that album even pushed and pulled some scamations and things to get them nominated for a Grammy and even to get them to lip sync their life on the stage, which it was not allowed in those days, and how the whole situation blew up. There's a whole documentary on Milli Vanilli. If y'all have not seen it, if you got Paramount Plus, definitely check it out. I think it was also on Showtime. So if you have Showtime, definitely check it out. It was a great documentary. But Sabby Sabs went and broke down the whole. I was like, girl, you done took me back because I remember when I watched it last year. I don't remember. I mean, I remember the songs and stuff, and I remember a little bit of the controversy, but I was way too young to understand all the politics. And the Grammys have done some shady things. So maybe there is some truth to it in some sort of way. But I do feel like maybe the reason why these two didn't win this year a lot in the major categories or in a lot of the categories because they wanted their music peers wanted to shake it up and get some new people in there and vote differently or whatever and finally give Beyonce her situation. And I've said this many a times. Cowboy Carter was not, in my opinion, my favorite music from her. I really feel like she should have won Artist of Album of the Year for Lemonade or even Renaissance. Those were well-defined, cohesive records. With Cowboy Carter, I felt like she spent way too much time trying to educate rather than entertain. And then when it finally gets to a point where these songs are like, okay, I'm here for it, the album just kind of like it was pretty much done. Like I like when she did take risks on certain songs, but it just felt a little too on the nose for me, and it just did not, as a whole, work for me as a record. And I feel like people should be able to have a difference of opinion without people getting up in their feelings or wanting to, dismiss people's opinions on it. Everybody is not you don't have to like everything a lot of your faves put out or even other artists. Like I told y'all many a times, y'all know I'm a hardcore Madonna fan. And I've called her out on some of her records where I'm like, ma'am, that was a misstep. Madam X was one of them. I am not a fan of that album. But she put it out there, and she gets an A for effort for taking like a huge artistic risk. Same thing with Beyonce and Cowboy Carter. So I think that's where a lot of the backlash and stuff is coming from. Look, sorry fandom, but your faves can't win everything all the time. How about we just be happy for other people? Y'all just sit up around here and just be all over social media complaining about everything. I miss the days when people didn't have the platform to just post or say whatever the hell they wanted to say on social media, that we could just have our opinions and keep it moving. And then it didn't affect situations. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Do you think that Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift were robbed of their Grammys? Because I don't know why Billie was crying. Maybe she was crying because she didn't get album of the year. But if she already has one, girl, why you mad? I don't think that's what that was. I just think maybe she was just overwhelmed with emotion. That whole situation of Beyonce finally getting her moment of winning AOTY, I do feel like that it may have sent a shroud of emotions from a lot of people in the studio, in that what is it, in the stadium. No, arena, because they were in an arena. I'm sorry. In the arena at the time, and people were just in their feelings about it. And people overwhelmed. You seen Lady Gaga was up in there crying too. So let her have her moment. And Taylor looked like she was getting lit. She was over here having a good time. She was playing, dancing around with some Sabrina Carpenter. She was living her best life, and she wasn't getting caught up in the matrix of this. But she understands how this business is. Taylor don't feel no ways tied. So I don't know why these fans. It seemed like these fans are fighting battles, non-existent battles that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.